All right, here we go again. Now, before we get into the squad, I'll give you just a little sneak preview before we go into it. We are full on God squad. I'm excited to go through that with you. Um, we got some online stuff to grind to finish the Spotlight program. Got some monsters here to get. In particular, I'm really interested to try this four-seam slider. So four-seam slider, some more of a breaking ball type of nasty stuff pitcher as opposed to, I like my velo guys better, but you have to have a good mix. So I'm interested to try this Robleski guy. Only a program player. Let's see. Doesn't strike out very many. Good hits per nine though. We'll see what he's about. He's really the only guy I was interested. Ben Price, don't really have room for. Um, but anyway, that's what we're about to go into. But we got to try to score these 10 runs with the Red Sox. Give me 1 second. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. Nobody I'm too interested in, including that Ben Price, but we'll get him to finish up that collection there. When we get Ben Price, we get Ellie De La Cruz. I think I'm saying it wrong. It's Ben Rice, isn't it? Hold on. Let's take a look in this bad boy. Spotlight programs. Yeah, Ben Rice. I keep calling him Ben Price because I know a Ben Price. All right. So we're down to the very last super moment, if you will. Red Sox ended April with an exclamation point. They completed a 10-run inning that sparked a 3-game winning streak. Recreate it, right? Their hit parade, as they call it, but 10 runs in the ninth inning when they're already crushing somebody, that's brutal, man. They had to pick this tough moment to do, but after this, we got all the moments done, which is key to then start grinding and getting this Ellie De La Cruz, who would go up against a new beast player that I'm going to introduce when I talk about my squad here shortly. I have my squad entirely set up for the first weekend classic that I will be playing in. That's this weekend. I think there's only been one. There might have been two already, but either way, it's my first one, and then we get into ranked. But today we grind to finish the spotlight program. Then for ranked, it's going to end up being highlights and stuff until I figure out. I know there's a way to delay my stream and stuff like that, but if I don't, without a doubt, people see YouTube, they immediately pause the game, look it up, and then they know every pitch I'm throwing. So until I figure out the exact way to properly do it, because I didn't have to do it in footy games, right, in FC or anything, the proper way to like delay my stream, because I'm on OBS, so I'm streaming on 3 different platforms. So until I can delay it on every one the right way, my online stuff's just gonna have to be highlights and videos, and then when I stream, it'll be like grinding offline and getting prepared. So now we're down to our last moment. This one's gonna take some time to finish up, without a doubt. Without a doubt. 10 runs. But it's a good little warm up. What is it? I think it's all-star difficulty as well. Yep. Good little warm up. We'll give it a couple of goes. If I can't get it now, I can't get it now. Late. and then we'll get into the squad that I'm bringing online. And I've already been playing online. In the top corner here, I have to unhide this stuff. That top right is my record, so I'm at 500, 24 and 24 over 3 events, I believe it is. The recent one was April Spotlight, then we had the Jackie Robinson Day event, and before that, what was it, the Easter event? Or I can't remember what the first one I played in was, but 24 and 24, we've completed every event that we've played in, and that's our record. As soon as I complete the event, I stop. All right. So let's get going with this. Here we go. 0 and 2. There we go. This is the one. Nope. All right. Wouldn't mind a walk here either. Good eye, good eye. It's coming here. There we go. 1 out, though. It's going to be tough to get 10 runs and out already. And that's that. No way I'm getting 10 and 2 outs. We'll do 3 tries total, then get in. That'll be a good little warm-up, too. Then get into the squad and stuff. I hate this pitcher. Who is it? Keeganek. And not a good pitcher or anything, but I just hate how he pitches. Which is really what it's all about. Annoying pitchers. I have quite a few in my bullpen, I feel like. But more Heat guys than this. This is... Oh, I shouldn't have swung at that. It was going to be a strike. No, it was going to be a... It would have been 3-0. Way late. Come on. There we go. Yes. Get it back. Get it back. We'll take it. Just keep doing that. Come on, Contreras. This is a spotlight card. All right, that's decent. That's decent. Let's do it. Ooh. Dude's painting on me. Yes! Beautiful. Well done, Contreras. God, there's nothing more satisfying than that, boys. I'm telling you. Nothing more satisfying. All right, I'll be right back. All right, that's a good little start, boys. Only 8 more runs to go. This is probably the toughest spotlight I had to do. We had to hit 3 homers one time. I think it was with Max Muncy. That was the next hardest. That 3-hit one was not hard once I concentrated. I was on stream yesterday. Fully not focused at all. Just fully worried about what I was saying. The minute I got offline, I was able to do that. But this one's a different story. This one's tough. Get a little sip of coffee. All right, who do we got up? Wilyer Abreu. None of these cards are totally juicy. He's got a little bit of power against righties. Oh, but this is lefty on lefty crime. You know what I might do here, though? Hold on. Let's see. I don't care about positions. Wait, what? Oh, they won't let me substitute. They thought ahead. Son of a bitch. It's alright. Some lefty on lefty crime. Let's see what we can get with Willier here. I'm going to smoke that. Let me see something here. Hold on. I have this set up, but let me do free. Yeah, see, I can go for... I'm going free from now on. Nice. Get down. Good. What up, Nico? How are you? So instead of having a preset PCI, it doesn't get far enough in the corner. I'm going free. Because the other one was sitting like right here. I like it sitting all the way down and in and working up from there. All right, here we go. Ah, that was it. He throws so slow, man. It throws me off. Who's this? Still this hacking guy. I can't wait till he's out. Oh, dude, he's setting me up perfectly. He throws so slow, it's throwing me off. All right. I'm crushing the ball pretty good, but still. Yes, that's what we need, guys. That's what we need. Just keep them going like that. 10 runs is what we need right now. And we're at, what? Started at 7. We're at 2. So 8 more runs. Oh, my God. What did I do? What? I was just way early because he threw it off speed. No, that was a fastball. It feels so slow. Oh, my God. And this hitter's dog shit. It's probably a part of it. Just can't hit a double play ball. I love these little moments, though. They're a great warm-up, dude, and they play a part. They reward. Yes! Damn it. Get back. No way. Too slow. Fuck, dude. He got under it. Look at that, dude. Jaron Duran. If you've never seen the recent Red Sox documentary with Jaron Duran's like the main focus on, I think it's Prime. Check it out. Terrible swing. This guy throws so slow, it throws me off, dude. Oh my God. And just like that, I screwed this whole thing up. That rally I had just... And that's it. Last try. And then we're going to show the team off online. So 10 runs in this, dude. Unbelievable how hard this challenge is. Hopefully, I just got to get used to this guy's slow-ass throw, and then it's going to throw me off. Because I've been playing on Hall of Fame to get ready. Oh my God, and you'll see the difference in the speed and pitching. Yes, we'll take it. That's all we need is just get on base. Get on base, get on base, get on base. Didn't need to go dig that out. That was kind of silly. Wait for a good pitch. That was a ball. What a draw. No, that's it. All right, I'll do that later. So I got to get 10 runs my very last moment. And I'll show you why it matters. Right? See, I get little rewards here. Finish everything else. Okay, that's the last one. Score 10 runs. Probably the toughest one we have yet. But when you go online, you see 103 stubs. I had 332, so I spent a couple hundred thousand, or a couple hundred thousand. Yeah, a couple. Yeah, at 300K. Yeah, a couple hundred thousand stubs yesterday. So I'm about to introduce the team to you guys. But first, I want to show you. So this spotlight, this program. So again, I'm going to do this for the first little bit for anybody coming over from FC or anything. They have tons of rewards programs, guys. Like, look, one's there, like over and over and over throughout the season. All these different programs where you get packs and players, right? And then there's the main program, which I finished. You get a top boss player at the end, which I took Randy Johnson over Babe Ruth, the big unit. And then you can keep getting rewards. Like the way they do rewards, way better than any other online game. So that keeps it fun. There's a grind for Team Affinity where you try to finish every team. And then you get 2 boss type of players at the end, like for the Yankees. I got Andy Pettitte. Pretty soon I'll have Derek Jeter. Pretty solid Jeter card. Even though my shortstops and my whole team's stacked. But still, some of these players are, especially in the bullpen, are in my team. So you're always grinding for something. And in particular, the Spotlight program, which is right here, these moments matter. So you see, completed, everything but this. And of course, these were all 5. This is 35 stars. I need to get to 100 stars. So right now I'm at what? About 55. Okay. So then missions-wise, that's what we're getting ready to do, these missions in mini seasons. We'll do these. It's all with any pitchers, primary position players, stuff like that. Wait, so let me see. Hits with infielders, total bases with outfielders, innings pitched with any pitchers, strikeouts with any pitchers. So I'll finish that. That will give me what? 15. 15 is 30, 45, 60, 80. That'll give me 100 right there. So I won't even have to finish that last moment if I don't want to. I'll have enough star points here. Oh, one of these is done, sorry. So 20, 35, 50, 65, 80. Yeah. So you might not even have to finish that moment, that 10-run moment. That would have been sick, though, for 35 points. So anyway, here's the squad. Now, after I did my last video where I introduced the squad, kind of talked about what I liked about each player, I really dove in. And this is what I love about diving into the show and baseball, where I'm a fan first, right? And I didn't play the game nearly at the level I played soccer or football, right? And what that means is, just like my boy Phil Scores FC, go like and subscribe, like his videos, subscribe to his channel if you watch. He's a great content creator. He is just a student of the sport, but we're all too old to like jump in and start playing, right? So this is where we can play, and it's especially fun, I'm learning, in sports that you didn't play your whole life. Like, it's fun playing soccer still. I played my whole life. I still coach. I'm still active in it. But it honestly is way more fun diving into baseball, a sport I have tremendous respect for. I love situational baseball. I love the managerial side and the different decisions with when to pull pitchers, what pitchers to put in, how to get the best matchups, the little battles between the hitters and the pitchers. Like, I love every aspect. Choosing the right players. I love it all, and I'm constantly learning, and that's fun, right? Not to mention, I'm constantly, as I'm learning more about the game and choosing the best squad, I'm learning, skill-wise, I'm getting better. Fielding, hitting, base running, all of it, right? Pitching, especially. So after I introduced my initial team, I saw some holes, and you don't see my beloved Willie McGee, and I'll explain why. But we're going to start here with catcher. I kept Josh Gibson in, all right? He's probably my best power hitter, which shows you that I don't have the most power. And you got to keep in mind that these players, no one but King Griffey Jr. is maxed out as far as upgrades. He's parallel 3. I can get him to parallel 5. Then, let's see if I've upgraded him to gold. Nope. So I had him at silver, so I can give him gold fielding contact now, so that's perfect. You can give him these modifiers, plus you parallel 5 him where they get plus 5 in all stats, right, and all attributes. Right now he's plus 3. So we will get better as I continue playing with him on and offline, right? And you see 30-something thousand's respectable, which means other people see his value online too. And you can actually see kind of where I'm at, like right here, 11,283 out of 13,000 plus players have acquired this card, which means the parallel 3 Josh Gibson, right? So a decent amount of players are using him. And basically he's just a good mix of power and contact, right? Nothing spectacular, but he's got great arm strength and accuracy for throwing players out and keeping players honest who get on the base pass. That's super important, as well as his fielding, right? You don't want your goofier pitchers to have your catcher chasing balls, back to the backstop because they can't catch very good because their fielding's not good. So this is the one position where the bat, as much as I do want, especially like a power from these guys because they're not the fastest, so you can make that up having pretty good power. But where fielding is extremely important, some places in the infield too, which I'll go over as I get there. But that's why I chose Josh Gibson here. He's not my favorite player. Like everybody has their own swings in each user player. Like some of the swings, doesn't like others, and hits better with some players, hits worse with others. Gibson's one that I'm still getting used to. Online stats aren't really as accurate because I've only played events, right? I'm just now taking this team into ranked, and then my first weekend classic, I missed what I believe was the first one, or I might have missed 2. So this is just the ones where he met the restrictions for the event. So he only played in maybe 1, maybe 2. But you see a 304 batting average. He's got 5 runs, no home runs online. So and then 4 ribbies. So with 23 at bats. So when you keep that in mind compared to like my very best players, you can see that I'm not the best with Gibson. But he'll do the job for now nonetheless. First base, I made a change here. I was going Hank Aaron in a secondary role, which you'll see. Where's old Hank at? Oh, I have him on my bench. Hank Aaron in a secondary role, he was still a better fielder than Murakami with 84. You get a penalty if you put him in secondary position, but he still did the good job. However, you'll see why I switched it out. So now he's on the bench. He's parallel 4. Let me see if I have to move him up to parallel 5. Nope, I got his gold already picked. What do I have him with? Fielding contact, okay. But I went Murakami because outside of Gibson, I didn't really have any other power. Altuve was the next closest, right? And he's probably my, because my team's so stacked, my worst player overall on the squad. And he's my, third best power hitter. So I got Murakami for some more power. But he still has some content. He's my only other really slow player. Like these guys are really slow. But that fielding, as low as it is, since it's first base, I'm going to give it a go. One of the worst feelings, though, is when you have a tough play, you make the play, and maybe it's not the most accurate throw to first base, but if you have at least decent first baseman or better, they'll typically make up for a little bit of a rougher throw. I'm afraid that Murakami won't. I'm going to try it out because you can see, like, this Murakami is very well liked. He does have an amazing swing, and so you can see I'm behind on upgrading him because I haven't used him as much. I was dead set on Hank Aaron there, and who did a great job defensively, and I like Hank Aaron played above his stats. But this is one of those where I'm going to trust the overall community, and I'm going to play with Murakami and see what we can do with him. Moving to second, this is more of a personal choice. I love Altuve. He was a multiplayer rewards program reward that I got. You could see no problems at all with contact. He has some pretty good power. Even his speed's not terrible. He can't steal, but he won't hurt you too bad on the base pass, right? And then his fielding is something to be desired, though. And then second base, that can hurt you sometimes, right? Not nearly as important, in my opinion, as shortstop. That statement could come back to bite me, though. And even third base, right? Those two positions, and then getting it over to first base is so important. But you see the weak arm strength, weak arm accuracy. Most of his throws will be to first base. He's right there, so it shouldn't be that bad. Hitting wise, though, he's one of those players that I do well with. I always have, right? Whether it's offline, online, when I play the show, I always got Jose Altuve. I love him in real life, and I just do well with him online. We'll see how long he lasts in the squad, but again, he'd probably be my worst player overall, pound for pound, if you will. So moving into shortstop, this is what you want to see in an infield player, right? And in particular, short and third, two important positions. For me, I've just noticed. I know in all of baseball, it's not a secret, but I'm saying there's a lot of times where these fielders need to make big plays in online games. So Jimmy Rollins, elite fielder, but then he also has elite speed, elite arm. He can bunt the ball when I need him to, which does come in handy big time in tight games, right? When you're just looking to advance runners. So all that's huge, including his contact vision, his clutch. Power even at 65, as I haven't played with him to upgrade him at all, as you see. But when I do, I'm going to look to unlock this power, right? And bring that up a bit and see where I get the best power. Probably here. Double power right here. It's kind of weird how it works. You got power contact, power, I guess, power fielding, power speed. Then you got fielding, contact, fielding. So I'm going to go double power with him here. And then once I get to the diamond, that will really help. But he's just a 5-tool, well-rounded player. I'd say 60 and above, you'll have guys knocking out of the park a decent amount, right? So for example, who's my worst as far as power goes? Pretty decent all the way around now. That's one of the changes I made. Probably Griffey Jr. Yeah. You see one area not bad against righties, against lefties not the best. But anyway, so elite there. Same with Jackie Robinson. This is what you want to see. Now he gets a secondary position penalty, but he's already parallel 4. I'll have him parallel 5 soon. Let's see what modifier I gave him. Double fielding, right? And one of the reasons why is because I have him playing a secondary position. So despite the penalty, though, he still has elite fielding, right? I wish his arm strength was a bit better, thrown from third. That's one place that hurts a bit. But other than that, excellent 5-tool player, very similar to Rollins. And I love him at the plate. I do very well with him, right? And that's not the case with every player. So then moving into the outfield, this has always been my favorite. Now, this was very tough, this left field decision. I wanted Willie McGee there. I love Willie McGee. You see here, elite fielder, even in a secondary position, switch hitter, elite, speed, arm, even good bunting to boot, everything but power, right? However, even with how good he is overall, and as much as I love him in real life, right, being a Cardinals fan, and especially after he got shunned a little bit because Ozzie Smith took a lot of the attention. The tough part is online, based on what I needed, Ted Williams just fits way better. Now, Ted Williams, you see his contact against left, his clutch, even his power against righties, elite, decent against lefties, though, right? Whereas Willie McGee has no power at all. His fielding sucks, but left field is probably the most forgiving spot if you're going to sacrifice fielding for a good bat. Even you see his arm strength. So I'm going to see how this goes, right? He's not the most popular player, but still overall, despite not looking like it, he's one of those players that just fits. Supposedly, we'll see. It's another one of those Murakami, right, where I'm more trusting the community, because even though he's not that expensive, staying at 40,000 with the stats that he has shows that he offers something. There's something there. So we're gonna see about that. But if not, I have no problem going back to Willie at left field. Now, center field, my captain. Now, not officially. Officially, you can only use these Jolt Series players right now. Like you see, I only have one because I don't use any of the Jolt Series hitters. I do use the pitchers, so I have Gossage as my pitching captain. Who else could I? Corbin Burns, Lee Smith's now on the bench. And then Cole Papa Bell could even be a captain. He was on my bench before. And that Clemens card I thought was going to make the squad, but he didn't. All right, so King Griffey Jr., you could see well-rounded, five-tool player, right? Where this Griffey Jr. lacks a bit his power, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, but they make these cards on different eras of their careers, right? And in this era, you can see power wasn't Griffey Jr.'s thing. Let me see where I'm at, which tool I gave him. So I gave him double fielding, but I'm going to switch that. Once I get that diamond power, is probably what I'm going to switch him to. Double fielding. See what that does to his contact. He's my leadoff guy, so I'm going to change that to diamond contact, double contact. All right, but insane player also plays above his stats. In my opinion, the sweetest swing in the history of baseball, and that's the same in the show. Great fielder as well. Not the best at stealing bases, but for center field, that elite speed helps a lot. And then Mike Trout. Dude, I'm telling you guys, for a little while I put him on the bench because some players stat-wise look better than him. Despite the lower fielding, which really gets hurt because he's playing secondary position. He's got good enough speed that despite the slight delay from being secondary, not the best in that area, the speed does help out a ton. He never has totally cost me. But because of how well his bat does, he's well worth it. I mean, the dude, him and Aaron Judge are the two players known to always play above their stats as far as hitters go. And I'm telling you, it's true. Like, if you look at his online stats, right, he's my home run guy. Like, he's a big power guy for me. 13 ribbies, 7 homers, 7 runs, right? His batting average isn't the highest, but you can see he can hit for decent contact. His vision isn't the highest, and then he's got good power, especially against righties. So he's not going anywhere. These two are just two of my favorite players in real life. My favorite player ever is King Griffey Jr. Shout out King Griffey Jr. baseball, by the way. That was my era growing up. So I'm pretty set here. I would say my trial players, Ted Williams in left. I can always sell him and go elsewhere. And then Altuve. Jimmy Rollins is a no-sell card. I do have Barry Larkin, who's very similar, but guess what? Rollins offers that switch hitting profile just like Beltran, who's an insane player, an insane fielder too. It's just he can't play anything but center, and I have Griffey there. Right? Wait, what? I do not remember. Hold on here. I do not remember that big of a difference in fielding. Well, then this is crazy. This is what I should do then. They're both better fielders than obviously Ted Williams and Trout. But was it the parallel that I changed them? Yeah, 79 to 83. What a boost from that parallel. But that's fine. He's my leadoff hitter, and I have an elite fielder in Beltran. So I agree, Patrick. It is the perfect game. Do you see some of the people complaining though? It's kind of crazy to me. Some of the complaining that I'm seeing. All right, so we'll go double contact there till I get some power. Okay. All right, and then I'll put him as a DH. Beltron, elite fielder, and I'm gonna help this out a little bit more here. Wait, is he maxed? He's parallel 5. I didn't even realize I had him 5 as well. So two parallel 5 players right now. King Griffey Jr. and Beltran. They should do a little more of a. I know they have that cool little card edition, but they should do a little bit more to let you know when you max out a player, man. Because I play so much, I didn't even notice. Okay, no diamonds though for him. Like you got to get these certain amount of stuff done, like to get player XP, and obviously I've got way more with Griffey Jr. So, and it shows you where you're at before you get these. So for Beltron, if I look at his stats, power and then fielding for my center fielder, but then he could do with speed too. So let's see what we got as far as golds. Pretty much all the gold except for speed. So if I go power fielding, probably go power fielding there. 92, so that's perfect. But if I give him speed, I don't have any gold speed. Well, hold on. I could go power, speed. What does that look like? 87, no. Fielding. Let's see what fielding speed looks like. 92, 86. 64, 82 on power. So let's go power fielding again and see. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Power fielding. But see, all this stuff matters, man. All this stuff matters. Okay, so that's what we're doing for Beltran. I don't know why. I had that parallel with Griffey Jr. And at the time, Beltran was like a parallel 2 or 3 when I made the decision to put Griffey Jr. in center and Beltran at DH. And clearly, since then, getting those extra parallels pushed Beltran way beyond Griffey Jr. So now they're both maxed, and I'm going to work on the rest of these guys. I have a lot of work to do with 4 players now. Soon I'll have both Trout and Jackie Robinson maxed, parallel maxed. And then I have a lot of work with Gibson, as well as Ted Williams, Rollins, Altuve, and Murakami. Now, to the bench. You always got to have a backup catcher in case you need a pinch run for one or whatever. Bismacky, perfect switch hitting backup catcher. Decent power, decent contact, good fielding, so I don't sacrifice the fielding. You see he's neck and neck. Like he's still 40K on the market, neck and neck with Josh Gibson. Actually costs a little bit more, Mackey does, because of the switch hitting. Michael Young, elite bunter, can play all of the infield, good hitter, right? Not the worst in speed. Then I have a 5-tool switch hitting monster here that can go anywhere in the outfield. Excellent bunter, which again does help, can pinch run. So a situational, like these are good situational type subs, all of them. Same with Hank Aaron, right? Not elite speed, but good enough. A good arm, can play infield and outfield, and a good enough bat with a little bit of power. So just any little thing I may need, Hank Aaron can provide, and I've almost got him all the way paralleled up. Since I'm using him more off the bench now, let's give him power contact 80, 83, 90, 85. We'll go power contact with them. That'll work out just fine. All right, so that's my bench. So now we get into the fun part, the pitchers. My starting rotation, pretty damn slick if I'm being honest. The big unit at number 1, Satchel Paige at number 2, John Donaldson at number 3, Chase Dollander at 4, and 5 is J.R. Richard. Now, it's important because these two are going to be used. Now, I'm not saying that these will always get deep into games, but typically speaking, right, both Dollander and JR, with the way they've pitched, I'll typically go more with my long inning relief pitchers, which really I use Gossage in that area the most. Sometimes even Hader can be good to really throw things off. He's known as a real cheesy pitcher in game. But we'll get into that one by one. The big unit, pure velo, obviously, but a good slider to go along with it. And then you can go way off speed with like a splitter or even this sliding curve, the slurve. His sinker doesn't have a ton of break to it, but it's just something to keep batters honest if they try to sit four seam, try to sit fastball. So obviously got a lot of work to do with him. He's a new boss type player that I got, but he's a great player, and he's one of those that super tall player release. It's so tough to get used to. Perfect ace pitcher to have, right? So that's Randy Johnson there. Let me see what parallel I have him at right now. I have to update it. Okay. So I'm going to go hits per 9. That's always the best. Either hits per 9 or control is where I'd always go with it, right? And then Satchel Paige, same type of situation. Goofy release. Great four-seam. He used to have it outlier, but they really got stingy on the four-seam outlier type pitchers. A good curveball for guys sitting at four-seam to throw it off, but even a decent slider. The screwball kind of use it as a change-up slash curveball, just a little more movement. That's how I use it. And then the sinker just sparingly when I see guys sitting fastball. It's very similar to Johnson there. And then Donaldson, lefty, super crazy, hard to get used to his release. Same type of situation though. You can see he can play field as well. That's why they have this over here. Wait, what the? But yeah, you see the stats. If you went by pure stats, you go, what the heck? It's kind of the same with Ohtani. But you see he's pretty much maxed out like an outlier four-seamer. He's got a great slider, his top pitch, which is huge. Four-seam and slider is huge. And then if I want to kind of get guys, if they're sitting fastball, I can either go with the sliding curve, kind of use it as just a regular changeup or curveball. The forkball, same way. I use that probably the least. And then the sinker is always nice to have. The four-seam sinker combo is really good, especially if you can tunnel them. So Donaldson plays way above his stats. Another top pitcher. And you can tell, what's his cost? 40, 42, 37,000. They're all around there, right? And that's where a lot of starting pitchers are. I'd say the outlier with that is Skubal. His regular live series card, just like a lot of them, is expensive because he can get those constant updates and stuff, which I think a big one's coming up soon. But anyway, for 90,000 compared to 40, he's not 2 times better than any of these guys. That's my take on it. Some people might disagree, but that's my take. Now Chase Dollander, brand new spotlight card. I got him yesterday. It was between him and Skeens. My problem with Skeens is I was able to light him up. I actually packed him earlier and I needed the stubs, and then I could have bought him again. I still could go buy him, right? But it was between him and Chase Dollander, and they're similar but different in the sense that Dollander's got the outlier sinker, right? This outlier sinker mixed with that max velo four-seam fastball is huge, right? He gets into the hundreds, and then when you got that sinker for anybody that's sitting fastball, that combination, then you add a good slider into it. Dude, he's the perfect pitcher. So you're going to see him here shortly. I'm going to use him offline. Mini seasons, Hall of Fame. We're going to get ready for ranked and the weekend classic. right? And then of course J.R. Richards, my final line. I want to show you the bench real quick. Clay Buchholz, he's like a mechanical type of pitcher, a lot of off-speed stuff, more like pure deception. Um, Same with kind of this Noah Schultz and this Parker Messick, who I had to use in the last event. But I feel like as good as you can be with Buchholz, sometimes he'd be good to plug in. Uh, he can also easily be figured out. And once you figure Clay Buchholz out, you're toast. Well, if your opponent does. So J.R. Richards, one of those super tall, like 6'8", kind of goofy release, like Donaldson type, big unit type of guys, like the righty version of the big unit, if you will. You see that max fastball, then he's got the slider, which is actually his top pitch, right? And it's just nasty. 92 miles an hour, excellent break. Then he has a cutter to add to that, right? Which cutters outside especially are huge. So righty on righty, um, with the outside cutter, dude, it's just nasty. And then of course the sinker after that to go with the four seam, which I always love, like I said. So that's my setup. You can see the type of pitchers I like. It's pretty obvious. And then the bullpen pretty much follows suit, right? Um, I could probably go a little more with like your hater type of pitchers who also, it's not like he doesn't have some velo, but he's more just nasty, deceptive type of pitches that are hard to sit on, right? But why I like him is because, especially for longer middle innings, is I go with more velo guys, and then you have a guy like Hader that throws all your timing and everything off, right? Gossage, even though his control's pretty bad, honestly, whether it's just me and my usage of Gossage, but he's just another four seam and sinker combo, and then you add in the slider there, and every once in a while throw the changeup just to mess up their timing, right? And that's kind of the same across the board. Dibble, just even though he doesn't have many tools, he's just got a nasty four seam, right? And then you mix in the slider and every once in a while the cutter with it, and he does a great job, just short, very short innings, maybe just coming in for a few outs. Same with Duran. He's got the four seam sinker combo, both outliers, so he's nasty. But then other than that, the splitter is good off speed pitch, right? Knuckle curve and sweeper and splitter. I feel like they all work somewhat similar with what you're trying to do. And as good as he is, though, I feel like you just keep him in for a short amount of time, right? And then you throw in somebody like Gagne, who's similar to like a hater, right? He's a righty version where he's got the four seam and he's got good velocity there, but his changeup, even though it doesn't look very good, his slider and his splitter, his off speed stuff, that's where he really really gets his outs, right? Like you start fast with your velo, um, and then guys think they got their timing down, and he does just excellent with that changeup, super nasty, or a slider. You throw in one of his off speed pitches, and he works just like Hader, throwing guys timing and stuff off. Then you go back to pure heat, right? Wagner and Chapman, pretty similar, just crazy velo, like nasty fastballs. But then with Chapman, you add in a sinker and a slider to that. Every once in a while, the splitter working kind of like a changeup to throw off timing. With Wagner, very similar. Four seam, then you work in changeup every once in a while, but you work in the slider with the four seam. Curveball and changeup sparingly, as you can see even in real life. That's how he worked. Very short inning type close the deal type pitchers, right? And then you look at Bautista's the same way. Four seam, you could see he barely even uses his four seam, but me, I probably use as opposed to real life, use his four seam a little more to set up his sinker, right? Or I could use sinker and then set up just sparingly the fastball to get outs, or go off speed with splitter or slider, and then the cutter every now and then. So you'll see in game, right? This is me talking from the noob standpoint. If I had a little more baseball knowledge, I could get a little more in depth. But if you know a little bit about baseball, you see what I'm saying. The whole point is I like the pure velo type of pitchers, but the reason why I packed Mason Miller and sold him away is because he doesn't have anything to work off of. Like, it's very easy to see when you got Mason Miller, especially, most players go high in the strike zone and outside, inside, whatever it is with his fastball, and you can time that real well. And when you sit fastball and then he goes off speed, it's very easy to adjust, right? So he's like a two-trick type of pony, and you got to have more than that. For example, people can easily sit fastball with Chapman, but every time with Chapman, my fastball, I don't use it like how you would typically use it. Like I'll start with a sinker or even a slider, and then work in the fastball later. Maybe even the third or fourth pitch sometimes, right? Depending on the level of the player I'm playing against. But he has multiple tools, and I have the 88 version. But Chapman's the type of player he's always worth upgrading no matter what. And what it helped me with, and this Chapman didn't have, is his other tools, his other pitches besides his fastball just weren't nearly as good. So those upgrades in pitches, his off-speed pitches, are why I spent the 80 90K. I think he's actually went down, which is fine though. He's not going anywhere. He's the best lefty closer in the game. The bullpen pitchers I passed on Blake Trinan and Mason Miller, no problem doing it, right? They're both not really the type of pitchers I like to use. They can get lit up too easily. I'm not saying people can't use them well, but they can get lit up. So that's the squad. So now, what do? Mini seasons, we go in. You see, I already got the squad set up. Here it is here. Same squad I'm going to go into ranked in Weekend Classic with, right? You see my batting order. Griffey Jr. leading off. One of the biggest things is no one can bring in situational pitchers to try to get same side matchups on me. Or they can for one hitter, but then that's about all they're going to get. I have a good mix there, but it also works out. So I'm going for Griffey Jr. to Trout, two reliable guys to get on base, right? Then you get into another reliable guy that can get on base but also has some pop to him, just like Trout. I could even arguably switch Beltran. And that's probably what I need to do. But I have it here for this. Because when it gets in the later innings, oh no, and say I have Trout next to Robinson, that righty versus righty and righty, that could be the difference between getting a good pitching matchup and your opponent being able to put a righty in for two guys. That's good enough, right? So in this, you're never going to get more than one good matchup before you got to, you're not going to get that same side if you want it. Because it's harder to hit same side. It always is. Trout does the best for me as far as hitting same side, like playing above his stats. For some reason, whether it's a swing or whatever it is, I can crush the ball same side with Trout. But a lot of the guys, it's more difficult. So I'm going to keep this order then. There's a method to the madness, right? There's a lot of thought that goes into this. The reason why I pushed Gibson down to 6 and I have my power guys back to back is because Jackie, right, has a little tiny bit of pop. So every once in a while he can be a true cleanup guy. But for the most part, out of these 4 guys, they're my most reliable to get on base. Now, I still have Beast down here, but if I can get 1 or 2 on base, okay, I have 2 more cleanup power guys back to back. And some people would say that's crazy, or I should throw like Murakami or Gibson at 4, Robinson, then the other at 6. But I'm fine with them back to back. Then it rotates around. Ted Williams, a great get on base type of guy, right? Just a great all around hitter. And this is more going from what I've heard about him, scouting reports. Let's say I got to use him more and see if he fills in that role. Then you get back to some speed with Rollins. And what I might do here, just to match up the speed, is throw Altuve, who's got some power to him, at 8. And then get a speed guy on switch hitters. Right, left, switch, left. Because he's got better contact. No, we'll keep it like that. Rollins, and then Altuve. So, not saying everybody's not going to have a juice team, but I'm really happy with this team, right? I got 3 players that are going to hold up the speed department on the base pass. That's Murakami and Gibson, and then Williams. So they're right there together, right? So anywhere 1 through 4, and then 8, 9. So it matches up. So this is the only little slow area you have, where you got 2 power guys. Ted Williams gets on base, could be a little slower. You're not going to get extra bases. Not going to be able to be very aggressive. But I got good guys at the top of the order and the bottom of the order that if the ball gets put into play, these guys are going to get around the bases on you. All right, so I'm going to take it for now. We're going to really watch. I want you guys to pay attention to how I do with Teddy Baseball, as well as Murakami, and even Gibson and Altuve. The rest I'm very confident with. So, with that being said, let's get to it. That's the squad. Now, All-Star is what the events are on. I'm in the lower difficulties right now, right? So, I could play at All-Star and be fine. I want to go to Hall of Fame. I want to prepare for the next level. When I played Diamond Dynasty in 23, shout out Jazz Chisholm, whatever was on the cover. Before that, I played in like when Miggy was on the cover in 18, 19, and then in Trout was maybe on the cover the other time. Or I played the first year as well where Ohtani came to the league, but he came late, so like he was a created player in the game, a user created player. You had to download an alternate roster. But during those times, it was just playing franchise. I bought the game for franchise because it's so good, right? And then finally in 23, I took a break from footy games and played online. That's before I started my channel. Played online. After that, I went back to footy games, and shortly after started my channel and dove knees deep into every football game, right? But the bottom line is, what I realized with baseball, and it's like that in every game, but especially I'm noticing the show, is that once you get through the early part of ranked and you get up in the higher pitch difficulty level, faster pitches and stuff, you're going to face some demons. And that's what I'm preparing for. So if I need to finish any missions, yeah, I'll lower the difficulty, but I'm going to go above and start playing on Hall of Fame and eventually get to Legend as well. Biggest thing is just the timing, because not only are you reading pitches, ball strikes, what kind of pitch it is, but you have to do it extremely fast. All right, so it's a home game. We're going to OG World, extremely hitter friendly park. I've showed you guys that park before. Dollander I just used, so you guys won't be able to see him in action. Let's go J.R. Richard. And then I'm testing out some different, I got a high rise on my left stick, low rise or mid rise on my right stick. And then I got 4 levels of precision rings. I got like the 3rd highest level on the batting side, because I like some good, what do you call it, tension. And then on the right side, I got the 2nd level. Now, most people would say don't use any tension on the pitching side, which is my right stick, or just the lowest level. And I'm going to see how this one works. I might have to go down one. But my thing is when I'm pinpoint pitching, you'll see I get kind of scribbly a little bit. And so I think tension will help that. Or it does. I know it does for me. But I need to see how much tension. But baseball is absolutely a game where those little tools, getting the right sticks, the right control freaks, precision ring stuff, whatever works for you, help. I got Cinch Gaming sending me a perfect controller, whether I play footy games, baseball. By the way, use code OGamester at Cinch Gaming. Go make your full customized controller. You can get the mouse click, top buttons, the bumpers and stuff, as well as the mouse click front buttons, whether it's arrows or the letter buttons. I have the mouse clicks on the letter buttons. I didn't do it on the bumpers. I wanted bumpers regular, because I don't typically play just shooting games, right? And if I'm playing like eFootball, sometimes how hard you press the bumpers matters, right? So the bottom line is, the fast click buttons help a ton. Like just a little bit quicker reaction, you would be surprised. And then the biggest one, the TMR sticks, guys. The precision you get from the TMR sticks because they're magnetic. There's none of those no pieces that can wear out, that can get dust in them and stuff. Even if you don't use Cinch Gaming, because I know I have a code and get, and if you think I'm just trying to be a salesman, there's tons of others. I strongly recommend you go for a company like Cinch where they take the PlayStation controllers and then modify them, as opposed to the Scuff Gaming and these other ones that make their own controllers, because like these PlayStation controllers are built to match the PlayStation. Like Scuff Gaming and all that, any little changes, updates, it can be thrown off, right? That's why these other games typically other controller companies will, some of them come with like aimbots and different shit. It's all this third party outside stuff, whereas Cinch Gaming, they're just modifying, giving you a more precision, sharpened up controller, right? With great graphics and stuff. And if you even just want the good design and everything else the same, you can get that. But that's my recommendation. So Cinch Gaming, Kodo, Gamester. If not, check out other places, because having a good controller means a lot. And the TMR sticks, even just alone, are a must, right? So let's get into it. That's my favorite part. I like the monster out in right field, but the two gorillas with the bats, the gorilla statues holding the American flags, bro. Look at that centerpiece. I just want you guys to see this and understand that I created this. This was a piece of art from your boy, right? You see the amusement park. You see the watchtower. Like, we're going to pause. Well, let me step off the mound. Choose my pitch, step off the mound. I want to do a quick little tour again, because look, for one, I want you to appreciate this. This is why the show is awesome, because you can do all this detail in the stadium editor, but look at this. So these two gorillas, they have the statue, and typically they just are making a fist and they have the bats. I put two of them facing each other with the American flag. So when you're singing the national anthem at the beginning, tell me there's no cooler thing than that, bro. I mean, look at that. That's literally a picture perfect. Oh, we're actually going to get a little screenshot of this here. With the Ferris wheel in the background. The MLB stage to the side here. With the right fielder out there. Yeah, we got to take a little picture of that, a little screenshot. Tell me that ain't picture perfect, though. Hold on, I gotta hide this real quick. Hide that. Hide that. Hide that. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Saving it right now. That should have been the picture I used for the cover, man. I'm crazy. All right, hold on. OG World. Gorillas 1. We'll use that as the cover next time. Perfect, boys. All right, now let's get into it. But yeah, so anyway, and I put the American flags in their hands. You see it. It looks like it's literally built for that, right? Then you go in the background. If you scroll way out, you see the nice brick platform for the statues. I even got a dock. I don't think you can see it from here. I got a dock. You got the steamboat that comes by. You got the team store and stuff with the wall that stops because the water goes right up to the store, right up to the stadium. Similar, shout out to San Fran, McCovey's Cove. And then you got a pier back there with a whole amusement park, right? But that's not all. You look behind the monster statue, you got your own OG World Airport with like fighter jets and military helicopters and stuff off over to the side there. Nice little place to lounge, people hanging. You got the airport with the jeeps to take you back and forth, the control tower, right? You got all that. Then you got the monster here, but you got the stand that I customized, and so it didn't look as wonky with the bigger up top, so it looked like it made sense. I got the UFOs, which if at night you can kind of see the light shines, and you got this badass statue in the corridor over in the back behind the gates, the futuristic gates, and it's a glove and ball type of deal with a bat, right? Then you got the big skyscraper. That's the OG corporate headquarters. Okay, you got the team hangout area in there. You got the GM can hang out there and watch the games and just look down at the field and you know how it goes. And then I got another like alien artifact type of thing, the O for OG, right? That lights up at night too, which is pretty badass. O Games FC YouTube, a little plugging right there. You got the St. Louis Cardinals old school stadium shout out. This was their scoreboard look back at their original stadium, my favorite ball club. So I gave them a little homage with their scoreboard, my lettering. You got the two mini boards on each side, which is pretty badass. You got another big screen here and another big screen here, and then you got the two watchtowers that the big screens sit on. Matching big screens, matching watchtowers. People on each one that can check out the game. The team store, right? And then the Hit It Here cafe. Then you go over here, you got your coffee joint. You got your Chi-Town, shout out Chicago. I'm a St. Louis guy, but I love Chicago too. Not the Cubs, but the city itself, more south side. And anybody who knows Chicago knows when you see these Italian sausage stands and stuff, that's Chicago all the way. The tiki tables, you got the bathrooms right there built into the stands. I did that customization myself. All the marble flooring there, right? You got this setting right here, this whole where the suites are. This is where like the team museum is. This is where the owners stay, the press boxes and stuff, and then of course your most loyal season pass type of fans at the top, right? A little seating there, but it's mainly just the glass building all the way around because it's OG World. It's more of a resort, so you can go in there and hang with a little bit of more VIP type of seating, and then you got a little more at the top here, right? And then behind this you have the hangout with all the tents, the old school lights on each side there. And then, of course, you got your nachos and hot dogs and probably the best seat in the stadium where you can sit down, eat your food, and watch the game. No fence, nothing interrupting, right? But see how I kind of customized this myself. You got the tower for when the planes fly in. That's also an observatory tower. And then your man-made volcano. Another little coffee shop back here. Cold drink stand, news stand. You got the TVs. I want to try to zoom in here. Let's see if I can zoom in. Look all the way back at the detail. See the tables in the back? You got the TVs where it says the show. The two little TVs. So even when you're drinking your coffee around the back tables, you can still check out the game. Right? The flooring's done even in the back by the observatory. The walls. You got a crab stand right here. You can get crab sandwiches. Look at that. That sounds good. Fresh Dungeness crab on grilled sourdough for $16. Got charged. It's a resort, man. Maybe it's all inclusive for some, but you get it. The brick wall, the nice brick all the way around with the old school bullpens right on the field. So I purposely put the visiting team by the crowd so they can get heckled. And then the visiting team over here chilling, the home team over here chilling. Right? Then you got just some regular old bullpens. The home team's over here on the same side as the OG headquarters building, right? And there's even a player parking lot right behind, so it all makes sense. If I could show you outside of the stadium, let's see how high I can go. Like you see these two like man-made mountains, they're there, and you drive through, and then you can see the corner of the lot, and then you see the parking garage out there, right? But if you look behind, you see that the show sign that's on the visiting players parking garage behind their dugout. There's a home parking garage that you can't quite see just around the corner. Then there's the regular general public straight back. All that's there, by the way. If when you do certain scenes, you can see it all. So, I mean, think about the detail there, guys. I mean, look at the decoratives on the outside with the rocks, the beginning of the pier, all the detail in the pier, the roller coaster, the big Ferris wheel, the stage. I didn't even get to the stage. So this 360-degree rotating stand, right? So you have a stage that can have concerts towards the pier people, towards the stadium, right in center field, right? The perfect batter's eye, perfect contrast in the back, so it helps batters. So you're thinking player first always, right? And then the last little thing to show you, the main hotel for everyone to stay in, right? Oh, that's the one thing I didn't do that I wanted to do. People need to be on these towers. We'll do that after. I'll show you kind of how this thing works. And it's a skill doing all this, guys. I'm telling you, it takes a while to get used to. You can't just plug and go. Like, it's tough, and you have to snap everything together, make it make sense for, like, location-wise. Like, you can see the buildings perfectly aligned so that this right here, this left field area, when people hit bombs, you can catch balls on those balconies, right? The general balconies. Then all up and down, you have the room balcony. So that's why a lot of seating is literally just people can go outside their hotel room and they get a free. Look at that. Imagine having a hotel room like that, bro. Just imagine this. Imagine a hotel like that, and look where you get to watch the game from. Tell me that's not insane. So many balconies all over. That's like the main seating. So I need to get people all throughout there. If I even have enough room, because you run out of, you can only put so much stuff in there. I would have kept going with the detail, right? And then, of course, more lettering here in the left outfield, and this stuff lights up. You see the brick wall all the way around. So, yeah, man, it is a blast. Tell me that this isn't incredible. And they don't have this. Other MLB The Show guys might be like, oh, that's normal. No other game has this much detail. Even like my uniforms, bro. Like, look at this. All created, and I can change these anytime. But look at this. Look at the detail. Little Altuve will check out. The color scheme of the shoes I created. All right, these are my home jerseys, and then the away is red. I went with the all-black home kits. And then the black ones, I have an away logo that's black in the middle. That splatter mark is black instead. I mean, look at this. Even the number in front, the type of numbers. Here's what it looks like in back. Look at the lettering on the last names. Looks sick, in my opinion, the numbers. Like everything but the gloves, and then you can even change the socks. But the gloves, the shoes and stuff, you can't change that in Diamond Dynasty. You can, though, if you play a franchise mode. Every player, you can have glasses, shoes, a necklace, whatever. Like, the customization is next level in this game. But online, it's just a bat, socks, and that's it. Bat, socks, that's it. So all my guys use that red bat, which kind of matches the OG red, black, and white color scheme. All right, so JR, you see what I'm working with here. So watch this. So that's what his slider looks like. Okay, that's the movement on his slider, just so you can see the line. That's a fastball. Here's the movement on his cutter. It's all going inside, like, you know, inside on a lefty, outside on a righty. And then the sinker going inside on a righty, outside on a lefty. So here's how I'm going to start this off, right? I'm going to go up and in, fastball. I was a little late, so it went down the middle. Now, I'm going to go up even higher, up and in, fastball. See if I can get him to chase. Whoo, dotted him. Right? All it's got to do is touch the line. Now, I'm going down and away sinker. I'm 0-2, so I can get a little more outside. See if I can get him. You know what? I'm going to go a little low with it. Let's see if I can get him to chase. Oh, he looked. He looked. All right? So now we go off speed. Up and in. We're going towards the front hip here. Right? Front hip. Got him to chase. Perfect pitching. Honestly, I'm not saying it was perfect batting, but if you go back and look, right? If you go back and look, I went Up and in 2 times in a row with the fastball. Went down and away once. So then the opponent's like, okay, obviously he's going back into the fastball, right? That's what he likes. He's going up and in. He's sitting up and in. He's timed my fastball. But then you hit him with the slider. So it looks like it's going up and in. But it keeps going inside. Clearly a ball you get him to chase, right? That's what you want to do. You want to be deceptive. Every single pitch. And the pitchers that have good pitches that you can tunnel or just nasty movement on whatever their pitch is where you don't have to sequence, but it's so hard to line up anyway, whatever it is, that's what you want. You don't just want a one pitch pony like a Mason Miller who I can knock out of the park easily. Like he has that scary fastball, doesn't matter. Eventually you can time it and then you just crush it, right? But yeah, so now same thing but cutter. So I want you to look at the difference here. So speed wise, four seam can get 97 to 101, cutter 94 to 98, so a bit slower. But look, fastball dips down a bit, and I want you to look at my cutter here. My cutter, just a little more movement down and away. So that's what I'm going to do. Make him think it's a strike and try to make him chase a ball. And he didn't. Beautiful pitch, though, man. Ooh, it's so nasty. So now I go slider. Same thing, but it's going to be much slower. But I'm going to try to paint. I'm going to go in between his back foot and his front hip. Ooh, way too early there. All right, we'll keep him honest. Throw a random sinker outside in there. Get a strike. Now I'm going to go fastball up and out. He lined that up well, so now I got him 2-2, so we're good there. So now I want to go back to sinker. I'm going to go down and in. I've been going down and up. I'm going to go down and in. All right, so now, and then I have the bear down pitch to make it a little bit more like a little better speed, a little more honed in, right? It's called bear. Is it bear down? I think it's bear down. Well, either way, you press L2. I'm going to go slider. So you see how it does that little animation, right? I'm going to go down and in with it. Try to get him to chase it outside the zone a bit. Oh, it hung in the middle. He didn't bear down very well, or my pinpoint was off, but we'll take it. And this is on Hall of Fame, so they do a pretty good job with the difficulty levels. We'll go back to slider. We'll go up and out. Good. Need to dot that a little bit better. All right, I'm going to stick to slider, but I'm going to go down and away. Hung it up, and he gets a hit. See, so my pinpoints got to get better. And the higher difficulty level, the more punished you get to if you're not right on. So, all right, let's go up and in on him. Richie Sexton, look at this huge strike zone, by the way. Jeez Louise. Ah, too early. My timing's just so awful with him now. All right. Cutter. Terrible pitch. I'm getting tired. All right. Or he's getting tired. My pitcher. Dude, what's up with my timing? What is it saying I am? It's down and in. All right, so I got to figure this out. Slider started off good. But his control's typically not good, so 61. So you see that big shadow around the ball? That's how far off their control goes. So now that he's tired, he's all over. So I'm getting him out. So at least it's good to know. Now remember, ranked is 9 innings. And I can't remember if I think the Weekend Classic's 9 innings, 6 9-inning games as well. I could be wrong. But look how far, that's all the different places it can go, right? So is because he has low control. So you can see where I said hits per 9 matters because it shrinks. Fuck. He's going to score. Hits per nine matter because it's going to shrink your opponent's PCI depending on what their contact per is, and then, but your control matters because of that, like how big of an area the ball can go in when you're pitching. I got to see what power does. Let me double check this. I'm gonna ask Handy Dandy ChatGPT. I know what contact does for a hitter's stats, but what does power do as far as the PCI goes? Contact changes the size of your PCI, your inner PCI. Power changes what happens when you square it up. Higher power, higher exit velo. Okay. So yeah, so contact is the size of your inner PCI. Bigger sweet spot, so it's easier to get contact. So I'll show you for those who don't know. For display, I think this is where I need it. For hitting, should be at the bottom here, or maybe it's at the top. Hitting. Nope, it wasn't. Hold on. Would it be here? Pitching, fielding, hitting. There it is. Okay. Here. So PCI inner. So you see I have a bat. At the center is a bat. And then the inner would be this area here. So that's what mine is a wedge, right? So if this is a righty bat, it kind of shows you the area that you're going to get contact on the ball with, right? And you can use a wedge, the Starfighter, basic. But I like a wedge because it kind of shows you like your bat, like the barrel gets bigger as it goes out, and this is like an exaggerated version of it. And that changes based on your contact. The power is more like when you do get contact with the ball, how hard you're going to hit it off your bat, your exit velo, which obviously is important too. But you have to get on the contact on the ball before anything. I'm going to keep him in, see if he can work through this. It's only the first inning. Yes, nice slider. Down and away is always the way to go. People can start sitting on that like anything else. Come on. So now we go up and in as well. You know what? I'm going to throw them off a little bit. Down and in. All right. So now we go sinker down and in. Oh, and then he doesn't swing at that. All right, well, JR got out of it. 1 run. Hall of Fame difficulty. No big deal. We can see if we can get some bats on the ball and catch up there. Hitter-friendly park, of course. King Griffey leading off. You see the red bat. I want to show you guys this real quick, though. Yeah, because my opponent's using it, too. You can change which bat you use, but this is like Schwarber paying homage to the firefighters. Sweet little bat. There's a cotton candy pink one that's even more popular. But this red's pretty sick. I just wish the handle that they used. Sorry if I'm getting you guys dizzy. I wish the handle that they used was black instead of just regular reddish brown. But that red with the gold's pretty dope. But anyway. Alright, come on, Grifster. Wait, did this change for me? Hold on. I changed this in moments. Let's see if it changed. Yeah, PCI anchor free. Each new plate appearance. Perfect. Yeah, that's off. It resets the center because for righties and lefties I have to change it. Perfect. Patrick, I'm doing good, by the way. Sorry, I'm way late on answering that. My bad. Damn, man. If I would have lined that up, that would have been a homer. Late there, though. Good pitch. He's going pure fastball right now. Oh, I got lucky. I should never have swung at that. That was stupid. There it is. Get gone. Get gone. Oh, man. A little earlier, I feel like I would have got it a little better lined up. Righty on righty crime here. Let's see how Trout does. He usually does good here. Let's see. If I would have just got under that, guys. I shouldn't have chased that pitch down and in necessarily, but it's still, if I would have got under that, it could have been a good hit. That's why I always start down and in and work out from there. Oh, he got me with the off speed. Oh my God. See, so I'm finding it, but I can't line it up, man. That's what's killing me. Lining those shots up. But I'll be alright. Plenty of baseball left. Alright, so now, who do I want to showcase next? Let's get Felix Bautista in there. No, I used him, so he's not fully rested. I'll give you Duran so you can see he's got double outlier with his sinker and four seam, so extremely fast for those type of pitches, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to go with a sweeper to start it off because a lot of batters will expect either a sinker down and in or an up and in fastball, so I'm going to go down and away. I know I'm playing AI. Nice bunt, but I got him. I know I'm playing AI, but still, it's good to prepare like you're playing online. That's what we're practicing for with these mini seasons. So now with the old bench, sinker, we'll go down and in with the sinker now. I got to get quicker with that. So let me do one more. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, okay. My timing on the sinker is dog shit. You can see how hard it is to get used to the pitching, man. But I'm working on it. I'm going to go off speed down and in now. Off speed, threw him off 2-2, good. So now I go sweeper. Kind of like would be like a slider for my other pitchers. That's how I use it at least. Jesus, that was off. Four seam up and away. Or 102 right down the pipe. His control is 92 too, so that just means my pinpoint's been dog shit. Alright, so we go fastball. He's expecting up and in, or an online guy would. So I'm going to go real high and away. We'll take it. So now I'm going to throw the knuckle curve in there. I'm going to go down and in the dirt. I got to make sure it doesn't hang, so I'm going to go super low. You do not want to draw that early. You want to try to do good, because if you don't, you're going to hang it over the plate. Like if you go too fast on it. So if anything, do it late. It can go lower. That's fine. But if you want the best knuckle curve, it looks like it's getting in the strike zone and it drops at the last second. But you got to make sure it drops. If you hang it up over the plate, it's going to get smashed a lot of the times because people have enough time to adjust. I learned that lesson the hard way. If you use a curveball to try to bait somebody, or change up too, you got to make sure it doesn't hang over the plate. So really focus on your pinpoint. Great pitch. Now we're going to go sinker to the back foot. Oh, way off on my timing. I gotta get a drink of water. 1 second. Allergies crushing me. That's where I'm at. Sweeper a little higher now. Front hip sweeper. Good. Handcuffed him. We'll take it. Jackie with the catch. And we get out of there. Well done, Duran. No runs given up. Just a one by J.R. Richard. Come on, Jackie. More righty on righty crime here. Damn, great pitch, dude. Son of a bitch. Who is this, by the way? Seth Hernandez. Four seam, then he works off it with a off speed curve. Okay. So I'm going to try to sit fastball and then adjust for off speed. And some pitchers have more like fastball, and then they'll have like a Bautista or somebody with another sinker or something that's almost like another fastball. So it's so hard to like sit on just a straight fastball, right? But this Seth Hernandez, look at the drastic drop. His sinker's he does have a sinker thrown in there at the bottom, but according to AI, he doesn't use it very much. So let's see. Oh, that was it, guys. I'm not squaring them up is my only problem. If you notice, I'm getting, see how it says good contact? My swing, my timing's down. I'm not lining it up good, though. I got that one good enough. Please say I did. Please say I did. Oh my gosh, man. Just tie the game. Give yourself another chance. Look, I'm just off of it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Give me that one back. Again, same thing. But that one, I'm just late on. Man, dude. First game of the day, though. Yeah, I got to figure out how to delay all three of my my streams so I can play online live. That's my only thing. Although I'll give consistent update videos and stuff, but that's the only thing that kind of sucks. Alright, so now we work Duran for an inning. In these 3-inning games, you can kind of switch it. I could use another starter. I'll stay in the bullpen, though. Let's go. Let's get Dibble in there. 3-pitch guy. Right? 3-pitch guy. But I'm going to show you how I like to use them. So everyone's going to expect a fastball up and in, up and out. Either way, one of those two. Right? So I'm going to go down and in with a cutter. Perfect, that's fine. And I know a lot of guys start down and in, like that's where I feel most comfortable. But without a doubt, with Dibble, they're expecting down and in. So now, slider, I'm going to go way inside. Try to get him to chase. My drawing was way off there. I'm going to go again. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to go again because I'm practicing. Got to get my timing down. Up and away on the fastball. Alright, good. Got him to chase at least. 2-2. Go back to slider, more down and in, though. Perfect! Because you're going to get most guys sitting fastball on him. So you just got to be unpredictable even when you throw it. Like I had to draw that way better and it would have been fine. Go up and in, but a cutter. That's the one thing about Hall of Fame. You got to be way more accurate. Perfect. That like literally perfect pitch. Literally. First up and in fastball. Please don't be. Oh, and it went down the middle. And gone. Now notice, I was off on my drawing a bit, and I got punished instead of sitting way higher, because I figured he was sitting up and in, so I wanted him to chase it high and pop it up. It dropped into the zone. Easy home run. Easy home run. This is where I wanted it to go. Now, I'm waiting for my controller from Cinch Gaming to come in, right? I'm waiting on it, and you could see why I'm done with regular controllers. Look at this. That is 100% stick drift, just shaking like... I have to hold it in place so it doesn't veer off. But that will be here soon. I'm just patiently waiting. So this is where I wanted to go. Let's see if I can get it better this time. See what I'm saying? I was that little bit off, and I got punished. And that's what will happen against better players. So that's why I'm playing on this difficulty level. That's what I'm preparing to not do. You can't. Those little mistakes will get you every single time. So now, same area but a cutter. So if he's sitting slider, typically they can't line it up. He lined it up pretty good. Away on the slider now. Boom. Jackie to Murakami, and that's it. Let's see if we can tie the game up. All right, Raleigh Fingers, pure off-speed type of guy. Righty on lefty, he's going to go sinker slider. Sinker goes outside. Slider will go down and in. Forkball and then forcing probably up and in. All right, so I need to focus on this area here. But be ready to go here or here. See what I'm saying? It's going to be right in here. And then every once in a while, fastball appears, what I'm thinking. Good eye. No, he's going to try to get me with a fastball in here eventually. Watch. There again. My timing's good, but I'm not squaring him up good enough. Come on, Ted. That's all right. Keeping it alive. That's fine. Make him pitch. I know I'm swinging at some balls, too. I get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Too slow. That's an out. Good contact, but once again, didn't line it up. Timing good, lining up with the PCI has been terrible. But it also could be hitting on Hall of Fame from All-Star because there's less room for error as you go up in difficulty level. All these little things. So here's Jimmy Rollins. New shortstop replaced Barry Larkin. Here's what we got at the plate. Let's get that elite speed on the base paths, boys. Oh my God! 70 what? 79. He just totally ate me up on that. I thought I was crushing it. Damn, dude, this fucking Raleigh at this level is tough. Not to say I don't need to improve, I do, but I thought that was coming way further inside. Oh, he almost fucking got me again with that damn forkball. Keeping it alive, that's fine. That was a strike too, look. Touched the outside zone. Come on, he's tired now. Let's go. Good timing again. I got over it too much, though. Come on, Altuve. You got this. I'm not going to pinch hit. Typically, I would. I'm going to let him go righty on righty just for practice. Don't ask me what I was doing, bro. You can see where I need to get better. These allergies are fucking me up, too. That's the biggest thing with baseball, man. You got to keep your focus and stay patient. Like, there's no reason why I ever should swing there. I just, like, want to get a hit, and you're thinking it's so bad, then you get impatient. And that's where these players like Raleigh Fingers can screw you up. But I should have been lining them up so much. But I got to forget about all that. We're 0-1, last out of the game. See if we can do something here. Dude, that fork ball. Making me look like an idiot. God, man. All right, come on. I suck, boys. I suck. I suck, 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 suck. Now, if I went online against at the level I'm at, like the newcomer level, I could be smoking dudes. But I'm not going to because a minute on live, I'll show you the highlights. The minute I did, like I'm 2-0 only on ranked. I've been preparing. But the minute I would, they would see O Games through YouTube. They would look it up, see I'm live, and know every pitch location. It'd be the easiest thing in the world. So if anybody does know, leave in the comment under this video how to delay. I need to delay my stream for everything, for Twitch, for Kick, and for YouTube. If I'm gonna go online, but that's fine. I need to prepare. Like that was horrendous. That's all right. Did he no hit me? He might have no hitted me there. So I'll show you just the difference. Like right now I'm in all-star difficulty. So I'll play one game on all-star difficulty. You know what? Screw that. I'm going back to Hall of Fame. You gotta learn. Gotta learn and get better. Oh no, I meant to do something. Hold on. So I gotta check my settings real quick. Settings. PCI. Free. Every hitter. Okay, off. Okay, good. Hall of Fame is how I have it set up good. Alright. I had to redeem myself. I'm not that bad of a hitter. That was horrendous. Screw it, I'll go all-star just to show you guys the difference. This is where I'm currently at, like in what everyone's at for events. Playing at OG World again. And when there's away games, they obviously have their own stadiums. But anyway, we'll go John Donaldson. I'll show you because his stats, remember, look at his stats for, oh, I can't right here, but you can see stuff is only 75 compared to my other pitchers, way lower, right? Pitches are 80. Overall, you can see these guys are much higher. But watch this. It's kind of like Shohei. But for Shohei's value overall, I get that he's a good bat and pitcher, but not elite. He's more middle of the order. 700K stubs, it's pure hype. For that much, I mean, he should be around what, like, Judge is. Judge should be lower, too. I think Judge should be around 200K. And Otani, because he can pitch and hit. Just can't hit as good as Judge. Should be around like 300, 350 tops. It's crazy how much those guys are. All right, so now we're on All-Star. Like I said, what you would play events on, what I would play. This is the exact speed of the pitches that I'd face. So we got slider, four-seam slurve, forkball, sinker. We're going to work low and in slider first. Timing was off there. Up and away on fastball, because you would expect up and in, I would think. And then my accuracy was off, so it goes down the middle. I'm going to go kind of forkball, use it like a changeup in the dirt. Wasn't going. Down and away sinker. Went down in middle. All right. Front hip slider up to the inside. All right. Now we're going to go fastball. Don't want to go all the way up and in because remember, guys will sit up and in or down and away. I'll go like people don't really sit middle. I guess some could, but the ones I seen. Oh, and I got them to chase it. And you do see those type of reaction swings that you're like, what are they swinging at? But it's just when guys, especially they're sitting on something and they're thinking like, I'm going to swing, I'm going to swing them. That's how you can throw them off. Perfect. He wasn't expecting that. His timing was way off. Now I go up and away on him. Perfect. Literally perfect. Now I'm going to go up and away again, but I'm going to go higher. Let's see if I can get him to pop up. 2-2. I'm going to go off speed, down and in. Damn, man. Need to raise that up a little bit. Down and away slider. Down and away slider again. Didn't get really away there, but we'll take it easy out. All right, 2 down. All right, we're going to start down and away. And it went inside. And, oh, my God. I got to get so much better at my pinpoint. Up and in. Because that's where it will punish you when you're off your locations. Now, when you watch these very top guys, every pinpoint is like perfect. They're playing on Hall of Fame and Legend, but they're still crushing the ball despite perfect pitches. They line up everything. You see my timing's good, which is tough. So that's a good part to get down pat. But now I got to be able to line up the ball better, right? And it's like you watch guys that look like they're damn machines, man. So it's all about just putting the effort in, putting the time in, and just continuing to work. And you'll see my progress. Like I've already gotten better and better, and I'll keep getting better. Good pitch. I'm going to get him with this forkball eventually. I need to go a little higher, apparently. Ooh, that one sat way too much. I'm needing it to drop more. But my timing on that drawing was so bad. All right, good pitch there. Good. I went way higher on that fork trying to get him to swing early. Now I'm going down and away again, but with the sinker. Perfect. All right. So what I give up? Just one hit? Yeah, just one hit. Come on, Griff. Good eye. Bryce Miller, 74. Okay. Why couldn't I face a pitcher like this last game? Oh, and he gets me with the off speed. Dude, I suck bad right now. All right, Griffey's gone. Trout. Come on, Trout will line one up. Nice pitch. Finally, dude. First one I've squared up today. But I love Beltran. He's got good enough pop, excellent fielder, good contact hitting. He gets on the base, great clutch. Like, dude, same with Jackie. These are two of my favorite. Same with Griffey and Trout, really. Perfect. Score it. That's the kind of hit you want. Damn! I scored the run, so it's fine, but I did not think he'd go cut off man there. Usually you can grab an extra base because they're going to go home there, but he got me. That's all right. Jackie got the ribby. We'll take the 1-0 lead into the second. All right, Donaldson did his job. Let's go. Felix Bautista's rested. I've showed you Chapman. Let's go Bautista. One of the new pitchers I got along with Chapman, as well as Coronado. So he's sitting on outlier sinker, I believe. Yeah, and then it's okay. Yeah, I'm running it. Okay. So we already know that's coming. So they're going to be sitting. They're going to be expecting a fastball. I'm going to go slider first pitch down and away. Look at how bad my drawing was. I'm going to go again, see if I can. My goodness. I got to get so much better at that drawing. Splitter down and away. Let's see if we can get him thrown off. Nope. Dude, my pitching's been extra bad today. Not to say Bautista's... There we go. Finally. But fastballs are the easiest. You got to learn to draw like these. Look at that. Now his control's off. Meaning like I need to be really good with my pinpoint because his control is only 64, which is why that big shadow area, why it's so big. So the fact that I'm also off on my drawing, like right off the bat right there, that leads to that. Clearly more control in the sinker. Perfect, dude. That was perfect. I'll take that every time. Up and in on a cutter. We'll take it. Four seam up and away. Too early. Let me try something and see if I can do it better this way. Oh! Let me try something. Smack. 1-1. Didn't really smack. Could have caught that typically. 377, but hitter's ballpark can hurt you and help you just the same. Damn, a lot of hitters would have swung at that in online, honestly. That's what I was going for. Stop in the middle. A lot of people do that. Like that. I just would have to get used to doing it at all times. More cutter front hip. Perfect. I might start doing that, guys. Stopping in the middle to get my timing down a little better. Down and away slider. Oh, I almost got him to chase. 100% accuracy, but too early. Sinker down and in. We'll take it. Got him out of the inning when he was tired, so that's fine. All right, tie game. I got to improve. My pitching's been terrible today. I might move up that precision ring. Might help a little bit. I need to do something, even if it's just a change that helps mentally. Oh my gosh, man. I suck, dude. It's just like a whole nother level of suck today. Not focused at all, not concentrating. I blame you guys, making me nervous. As no one, as like zero are watching. Oh my god, man. Can't make this up. Come on, Ted, give me something. See, like I should be smashing that. I didn't line it up for shit. And then I pop it up. I don't know what to say, dude. I just suck balls. Alright, let's go Gagne. Show you what this dude's all about. 4-seam up and in, even though a lot of people would be sitting on that. And I'm way off on my pinpoint again. I get lucky there. That could have been an easy home run. Totally on me. Slider down and away. Oh my god. Ends up being good, but here's what I'm going for with that. See, like, it's got to be crisp. That's what I got to work on. Perfect. Got to be crisp. Perfect. That wasn't even, that was a splitter. So now I go back to 4-seam up and out. Too early again. Now we'll go change up. Sat up. He could have smashed that if his timing was right. And a walk. Go to that change up, down and in. Risky, but his timing was off. That's good. Now we go slider up and in. See, dude? Holy fuck, I'm off today. Bad. I'm going back to that just to show that I'm not. See? That's what we want, man. I just got to get it more accurate. Now, this Miggy Cabrera, best card in the game, maybe. One of them, along with the other 99 pools, 2 of whiskey in them. And I'm going to pitch to him with a semi-tired Gagne. Great pitch. Come on. Good. Got out of it. Good. I'll take it. Against one of the best hitters in the game, we'll take it. Come on, Jimmy Rollins. Get somebody square the ball up for me. Help me out here. Stupid. I should never swung at that. Rushing. I had it lined up and I literally dropped at the last second. It's just... Come on, end it, Griffey. End the game. Just end it with a home run. Put us out of our misery. Patience is out the window. Focus is out the window. Come on. Just one at bat. Thank you. And, of course, my hitting's just... Everything's been atrocious. Extra inning, so guys starts on second for all my footy guys that don't know. Now I'm pitching good, but he's dead. Okay. So let's go. Who have I not pitched with yet? Let's get Wagner in there. Hold on. Who I got? Switch, righty, lefty. Let's get Wagner in there. Pure just smoke, dude. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Slider down and in. Not bad timing. Get real weird with it. Such a hard pitch. Much better on my pitching so far. I got to keep this up though. Whoa. Got to be crisp. For some reason when I'm starting, I'm just like rushing everything today. All right, 2 fastballs. Now we go slider. Thought about change up, but I'll go slider. Perfect, okay. Ball speed again and go slider. Oh my god, almost perfect. He's probably expecting inside, so I'm going to go outside here. Perfect. Come on, that was... Oh my god, dude. So he's walked. Unreal. Up and in. Just off with him, dude. Now all of a sudden they have perfect eyes. I would normally probably take him out. Come on. Oh, good. At least I got the strike. That's what I needed. Tired. Let's finish him with a fastball. Yes! Alright, now we gotta win it here. Come on, I can tee up Ryan Weathers. Come on, Trout. Get him scared, take the lead off every time. Actually, you know what I might do? Substitutions. Pull Griffey out for McGee. Get that 99 speed. We're going to steal a bag here. Easy does it. That's where you need speed. That's that 99 speed, 99 steal. Think about if I didn't have him with how I'm struggling, right? That could just win me the game right there. Boom. So online, you got to think about that. So now, in my bench, I got McGee, who's an outfielder, by the way. But in case I need to do that with my catcher, right, I have... hold on, wait, what? I need to replace Cool Papa Bell with Biz Mackey. I don't have a backup catcher. You gotta have a backup catcher. So one speed guy. I have the backup catcher. Hank Aaron. I got Willie in there, my speed guy. Speed and bunt guy. I probably will switch up. First, second, and short. Biz Mackey can play it off. I might switch Michael Young with Corbin Carroll. We'll see. So I got one speed guy right now. But for this game, that's all I needed. I usually like having 2 in there, but I have Michael Young because he can bunt really good. Just to hit in the outfield and I win the game. That's all it takes. Game over. Ha! He hits a homer. But see, 329, that's an OG world. That's a park helper, right? A home park helper. Even if that was a pop-up, though, at another park, it's a ribby. So instead of a ribby, it's a homer. So we'll take the W. Terrible hitting. Not very good pitching. Just not a very good day. I got to get better at, like... I noticed that the focus is different. Like, you'll see in my highlights, and if you go back and look at my video highlights, you'll actually see where I am a lot sharper when I'm playing and not, like, worried about talking. But that's something I got to fix, right? That's on me, because a big part of playing this is sharing, like, why it's so much fun. But you can see the difference, right? It's not like if you're coming from soccer games or even hockey or even 2K, even kind of Madden, because obviously Madden's got, you hike the ball, you throw it or run it, play dies, or if you're playing defense, you know, you try to tackle whoever, play dies, you go again, play dies, you go again. Baseball's more, there's a little more time. They do a good job of keeping the pace of the game going, though. And obviously this is a 3 inning, but whether it's 3 or 9, the pitcher's only pitching out of the stretch. Like, you can choose that, but everyone does to get the game going and going, right? And the bottom line is though it's still not that consistent balls in play. So you have to like recenter your focus in every single at bat, every single pitch you gotta be on. The minute you and I'm not saying it's not like that for other games, but it's just a whole different type of focus and type of like skill set. And that's what I love about it, man. Not to mention matchups matter, the parks you're in matter. Like there's certain parks where you want certain pitchers that will thrive in, and other times where you don't want to put pitchers in at certain parks, right? Um, for instance, there's some that have these weird PCIs that have these weird batter's eyes, hard vision, like it's harder to see. Like I usually hated where the Twins target field is one of them, and like there's certain pitchers that you don't want to use there because like their precision is off because the batters they can't see as good anyway, so they might mess up and like line those guys up. You might want to go like pure heat there because it's harder to sit on stuff because you can't see. Then there's certain fields that are pitcher friendly that have huge outfields, so you want guys that pop guys up, right? Um, that if they're going to get a hold of the ball, it's not going to be very good. It's going to be kind of not lining the ball up, kind of like I was hitting today, right? And then when you have batter friendly parks that a lot of guys are hitting homers, and even if they do pop it up, it could sneak out of the park. You want your strikeout guys, right? You want maybe a pure velo type of starter, get them out of the game early, and start putting in your strikeout bullpen guys quicker. So you got to know the parks, know how to like read those things, know which matchups to use when you're looking who's coming up to the plate, switch hitter, lefty, righty, what's his contact looking like, what's the power looking like what are these players looking like, looking at their speed as well, because you don't want to get a fast guy on base at all. So at all costs, you need to try to keep them off base so they can start stealing bags and change the game. Like I just won the game on a home run, but even at a pitcher's ballpark, that pop-up would have won. And a big reason is because I had a fast player. If, let's say I had a slower player, let's say it was Gibson or Murakami, all I do on a pop-up, if it was a pitcher's park, is get to third there. That's one out. If he strikes me out or a ground out, I don't get a pop-up in the outfield. That's two. He could get out of that. So parks change everything. Matchups change everything. Then you got to stay focused on every pitch, every at-bat. How can you not love the game? Some of the fielding plays, I want to show you this one in particular. Like, so you guys can see the difference, like, of focus when I'm actually playing good. Because these games just, both the Hall of Fame game and this one, just both were not good. Oh, I wanted to try this. I'm going to ask these guys, though. So I'm getting there. You see all the progress I made with different players. But in particular, I'm so close now, dude. So luckily, I won't even have to finish this last mission. I'm sure I would have got a reward from it. I'm going to still try. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to do it offline so you guys don't have to sit there and watch the same thing over and over. But look, so I'm 85, 95, 105. So just getting this, which I'm close, and I finished the program, or hits, or... So luckily I don't have to finish the moments, but then I'll get this bin price. I want to know about this Justin Robleski. And see what old ChatGPT puts together. What I love is ChatGPT compiles everything from all like the message boards and the online sites and stuff, so you get a good idea. So let's look here. What are people saying about this brand new 91 rated Spotlight Justin Robleski that just dropped?
People are saying the new 91 rated Spotlight card for Justin Robleski in MLB The Show 26 is a solid free reward, especially for lineup depth. While his official rating is 91, his in-game performance is more finesse than overpowering, with a velocity of 94 miles per hour and a secondary slider. In real life, he's also been getting buzz for his strong scoreless outing with the Dodgers, which gives the card some extra hype, even if he's not yet an elite ace.
All right, so now watch how I do this, dude. I love this part.
Nice. I mean, if you're feeling
I'm
confident with
not
him,
talking to you. I'm talking to my chat, dummy. Hold on. All right. Hold on. So I would never be mean to a real person like that. AI is going to remember, though, and come after me when robots take over. I got to be careful. Would you put that Justin Robleski in a rotation of Randy Johnson, Satchel Paige, John Donaldson, Chase Dollander's 93 rated spotlight, or J.R. Richards' Cityscapes card? Would he beat any of those guys out? No, I would not put him in any of those five, at least not with the rotation you listed. This is a filthy five-man rotation. I already know, boys. All right. So that is that. That's the team. Obviously, I have a lot of work to do, but I'm getting missions done. I'm practicing. That's what matters. What I'm going to do with this series, right? So I want to show you how this looks. Right now, I've played all the events. I haven't played any Battle Royal. Single player, there's ranked. Ranked 1v1, I'm 2-0 only. So starting, like, it's really going to be starting with inning 3, but I'll play the Weekend Classic. Then inning 3 starts. And then from inning 3 on, my rank's really going to kick up. So then when you look at this, which I still got hidden, I have to unhide it. That record at the top, you're going to start seeing more ranked and Battle Royal stuff. I actually got to play a Battle Royal. I'll probably play one tonight, and I'll record it and show you guys here to... Dude, I didn't even have to do the other one. I'm almost done with the multiplayer. So once I play, like, what? Let me look. I have 5 days to get what? To get that and plenty of missions. At least I think I have plenty of missions. Let's see. Five stolen bases in Battle Royal. Nope, the only missions left. So once I play Battle Royal, which I'll do within the next 5 days, that's probably what I'm going to hit next is Battle Royal, which is a draft type mode. And then I'll get back to my grind. And then Friday, the new inning starts, I think. Let me look. Third inning, 5-8, so that's Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday, 5-7. Yep. And then from then on, you guys will be able to follow my online journey. I'll get on. I'll show you like highlights, different stuff like that offline, and then grind offline. And then if I can get it, I think there's some certain thing you got to do to like delay your stream in Twitch, and that's the first people would look. So unfortunately, I just can't play online right now. Like I have to figure it out. There's got to be a way, but I honestly, if you guys look it up yourselves, when I went to delay my stream, it like wouldn't let me in Twitch. But yeah, so I'll play Battle Royale. I'll show you guys my progress. Like I said, that I'll show you guys the whole draft and how I do in that. That will help me finish the multiplayer program. I'm done with the single player program. I don't need to finish that 10-run moment. I'll probably go after it a couple more times. My mini season will help me continue to parallel guys up or upgrade them, give them the better mods. So that's my list in order. And then if I get time to play a couple more online games before the end of inning 2, I'll do it, but it's not like a must do for me. So just to show you some of this, man, I want to show you some of these highlights from the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start with this one. See if this is that hit from... No, that was a double play. No, it wasn't. And we'll play there. This is an online game right here. An event game. Trout, just a bomb. But you see, this is online, so that... Oh, there was two good plays in this, back to back. So check this out. So look. So it starts off, boom. He knows I'm going to smoke him, and that was going to be a perfect throw. It wasn't a good... I didn't line up perfectly. I should have went further back, but it was a good throw, so he probably would have beat that. So he should have probably went, but that was my fault for not lining up further. So anyway, he gets an out. He should have advanced to third. He didn't. But look what happens because he didn't here. Watch this. Next play. Look at how much better, by the way, my pinpoint was. You see what I mean? It's like I'm like on harder difficulty levels. Even though that was all-star, for some reason my focus is just off. But you've seen how clean that was. I'll show you one more time. Look how clean this is. And it's not the best. Trust me, there's other guys that are good, but I'm saying I was just way off today. This is an online game, so watch this. I go slider. Look at this. Much better than anything I was doing today offline. Just like my focus was off. But look, he sits on it pretty good. A good pitch. It was a ball, but he gets a hold of it and gets a good hit. Now watch what happens here. Right? There's 2 outs. He's coming around. He's got good speed. Right? It's right field. This is an event, so it's not Trout. It's Joe Adele, maybe. I wish they had the player names. I want to see if I can put the player names on them. Boom. So I save myself a run, right? In the inning. Trout leads off. Now watch this. It's extra innings. Top of the 5th. First pitch. Good night. Hold on, I gotta rewind it more so this disappears. Look at this. Down and away. Not even the worst pitch ever, I don't think. Let me see. Oh, yeah, he hung it up a little bit. But just crushed it. And you see I didn't line it up perfectly, but it's you don't have to be exact. You don't have to be exact like an all-star, then Hall of Fame. So I'm learning as I go. But online, I was doing the damn thing in events, man. Like, I'll just go to another random one. That's just a double play. But let's look how I pitch this. With Billy Wagner at my park. Tried to go in the dirt. He dug it out, but a good pitch. I mean, look how I drew it. Look at the pinpoint. Not the best ever, but decent, right? Down and in. Smoked it. Another online game here against Mason Miller. So I'm telling you guys, look, he's an elite pitcher, right? But I'm sitting fastball, I'm expecting it, so I've got that timing in my head. And then when he goes off speed, I have enough time to adjust. I see it's off speed. Slider down and in. I know right where to go. Boom, knock it out of the park. So, bottom line is, I feel like I definitely am better than I showed today and even last time, but I'm getting used to it, getting used to going live. Hopefully you guys see the magic in this game, though. You know, I'm not the baseball expert or anything like that, but what I can tell you is I've been having an absolute blast, and I'm going to continue sharing my journey with you guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully as we go, we can get a community around this game like we did in the footy world, but it's not that I'm giving up on my community or football games. It's just I wouldn't be doing anybody a justice by covering those games when I'm just not into them. And I'm quite disappointed. And I know a lot of other big creators have quit those games this year, so I know it's not only me, but play what you enjoy, play what makes you happy. Don't make it a chore to play these games, otherwise it's not worth it. And to those who may try the show or find a great game that they didn't know about because of this, Even if it's just 1, 2 people, it was well worth it, man. So you guys have a good one. I'll see you later. Thank you very much. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my YouTube bio. You can follow my Discord link there. We have the show coverage in there, as well as all the footy games. All the guys are in there with the other stuff too. But we got to get the show Discord going. So if you get a chance, join my Discord and get some talk going about baseball in there. See you guys soon. Peace.